Not to flex, but I think I'm pretty good at making kebabs. What I do struggle with though is predicting the bloody weather in this country. I mean, look at it. It's sunny one second and raining the next. How am I supposed to get my kebabs marinated and on the grill? So I wanted to put together some recipes that let you go from kitchen to grill in less than 5 minutes, all while giving you the same juicy and flavorful results. If you follow these steps, the next time the sun is out, you can get to grilling right away. To create these flavor-packed kebabs as quick as possible, we've got to get the prep down to just a few minutes. That means relying on a dry spice rub to do the heavy lifting of flavouring the meat, and these ones can be made ahead of time so they're on hand for your next grill session. These 3 tasty rubs take less than a minute to put together, and yet they could turn any plain meat into a grilled masterpiece. The first one I put together is a Turkish inspired mix that combines all the savoury, herby, spicy flavourings common in Turkish kebabs. To a container I added 2 tablespoons of pul biber flakes or Aleppo pepper, along with 1 tablespoon of garlic granules and 1 tablespoon of Turkish or Greek oregano. I also added 1 tablespoon of sumac, 1.5 teaspoons of cumin and 1.5 teaspoons of black pepper. Those spices are enough to flavour 1.5 kilograms of meat, and since we want a ready to use spice mix, I also added 1 tablespoon of salt for seasoning. After a quick shake to combine, you'll have a savoury and herby spice blend that has the perfect kick of heat. I can label this and keep it on hand for use at a moment's notice. Next, I wanted to make a Palestinian inspired rub that is centered around the herby, tangy flavours and za'atar. Za'atar already contains loads of herby flavours like wild thyme and sage, so it's perfect to start with. To a container I added 2 tablespoons of Palestinian za'atar, and to amp up the tanginess I added 2 tablespoons of sumac. Then I added 1 teaspoon of black pepper, and for heat, half a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. This mix should be enough for 1 kilogram of chicken, so I added 2 teaspoons of salt, then mixed it together. The result is a tangy and herby rub that goes perfect with chicken and veg. For the third rub I wanted something earthy and warming, so let's make a Moroccan inspired rub. This one starts with 1 tablespoon of ground turmeric and 1 tablespoon of black pepper. Then I added 1.5 teaspoons each of ground ginger and ground cumin, followed by 1 teaspoon of cayenne pepper for heat. To add some warmth, I also added 3/4 teaspoon of cinnamon, and then 2 tablespoons of salt, as this mix is plenty for 3 kilos of meat. And here's what that looked like. It's way finer than the others, but trust me, it packs a stronger punch. Those quick rubs are going to ensure the meat has tons of flavour, but how do you ensure juicy results with no time to marinate? The answer is to start with meat that is already juicy, and the most effective meat for that is boneless chicken thighs. They have the perfect amount of fat, and when you cut them into bite-sized pieces and fold them into cubes, they retain so much moisture during cooking. If you wanted to use any other meat, it needs to be a fatty tender cut. Now let's get this coated in our rubs. For 500 grams of chicken, add 2 tablespoons of the Turkish rub to a bowl and mix together with 1.5 tablespoons of olive oil, then combine with the chicken. The Palestinian one is similar at 2.5 tablespoons of the spice rub, mixed with 2 tablespoons of olive oil, also for 500 grams of chicken. As for the Moroccan one, the flavours are quite earthy, so let's quickly add some fresh flavours to brighten it up. Combine 5 grams of fresh parsley with 5 grams of fresh coriander, and finely chop to a small size. Add 1 tablespoon of the Moroccan spice mix, 2 minced cloves of garlic, the chopped herbs, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice, and 1 tablespoon of olive oil. Mix that together and it will give 500 grams of chicken a deliciously warming yet herby flavour. Once you've coated your chicken, you can get started on the skewers right away. Fold each piece in half and slide it on. About 6 to 7 pieces per skewer is a good amount. Once you've filled it, spread the pieces a little so they aren't compressed together. Then you can take them over to the grill and cook them over some white hot coals. They'll take about 10 to 12 minutes to cook through, and you'll need to rotate them every couple of minutes to give them an even cook. Once the outside of the chicken is seared on all sides, you can make them even juicier by giving them a glaze. For the Palestinian one, I quickly mixed together 2 tablespoons of honey with 2 tablespoons of lemon juice and a minced clove of garlic. That glaze will add a light sweetness and an extra layer of acidity to the skewers. As for the Turkish one, mix together 20 grams of tomato paste, 1 teaspoon of paprika and 50 milliliters of water. When that glaze is brushed onto the skewers, it will seriously amp up their savoury flavours. When the skewers are cooked through, it's time for them to come off the grill, and you're going to want to dig into them right away to experience them at their peak juiciness. Now, I'm a firm believer in marinades for juiciness and flavour, but these rubs show just how easy it is to whip together some quick kebabs. If the weather this summer is as crap as it has been this spring, I'll definitely be making these a lot.